Hello, my name is Arturo Espinosa and I'm gonna show you how to make Tarahumara style sandals with tires and rope. On this part of the series we're going to draw our pattern for the sole and cut the tire from that pattern. You're going to take the piece of paper and the roll point pen. Place your foot on the piece of paper and well, my foot is quite large, as you can see, so I'm going to use the diagonal, and I'm also going to give more space to the tip because we're going to enlarge the pattern a little bit forwards, okay, just to, well, in my case, to avoid the mistake I made with my first sandals. So so we're just going to take the pen and trace around our foot. It doesn't have to be very precise or anything. And you can go to Steve Sachs from Invisible Shoes video, at least for a more eloquent description of the process. But the most important thing is to get an outside outline of your foot. Then, well, you're going to find your ankle bone here and just place a mark in front of that. Then on the other side you're going to try to find the place where your foot has the least contact with the floor. It is around, in my case, around here, although my foot are pretty flat anyways. And the most important mark is for the front hole, which is here. And a very good tip is to try to make the hole as close to this toe and not as close to this one, because our foot, when we're running, it tends to go to the inside part. It kinds of travels in that way. So we want the rope to give us more support and avoid the foot from sliding out of the sandal. So it's going to be more inclined on that part. And that's pretty much it. Now the next part is smooth out the different contours. Although, well, without the tools that we'll be using to cut the tire, it's not very important because the chisel doesn't have it's not very precise anyways. And what is an important step is that we tend to extend the pattern to the outside part and then to the front. Okay? I take like an inch or so to the front part. And then with the tire, when we have the sole ready, we could cut a little bit more if there's excess material. It's going to be really easy to cut excess material, but it's not as easy to, it's impossible actually. If you make it too small, then it's over. You will have to make a new sole completely. Okay? So I wanted to illustrate why we are going to give more space in the front part of the sole, and that is because this rope, when it gets attached, your foot is going to go here with your big toe here, and this is going to give forwards, okay? Because when you hit the ground, the sole stops, but this gives, and your foot travels a little forwards, okay? And so this is going to move in that direction, and your foot is going to travel accordingly, okay? Your foot is the one that is actually going to push the rope, okay? We're going to drive these marks we did here, put some dots each side, because we're going to cut, and these marks won't be visible anymore, and maybe smooth this a little bit to get some separation for the strings as well here. This will give some more room for the strings on your foot, and we are ready to cut. Take your scissors and just cut around. The next step is to take a measurement on the length of the pattern. In my case it's almost exactly 1 foot. Okay, and this is going to be we're going to cut now the tire, and of course it would be very hard to work on the tire with the chisel directly here. I think almost impossible. So the first step in cutting the tire is to cut just rectangular sections that are bigger, of course, than our own pattern, and we're going to use a knife for that, and then afterwards we're going to use a chisel to get the desired shape. Okay, so just take the length and make some markings for that. And you want to make sure that that the width is correct as well. You don't want to cut something that is narrower. It's in general just a rough cut, so it doesn't matter that much. Just make sure you are on the outside. Take your pointy knife and just try to get through on a rocking motion. So you can see the rubber kind of grabs the knife, so some water is always useful. There we go. Okay, now this knife is not going to be so efficient for cutting through, but it's very good for getting started with the first puncture. There we go. Excellent. And then we're going to use this knife, which is going to be much faster. And just pull. And go through. Remember to get the blade wet. That is going to make things much easier. As you can see, cutting the tire with the knife can be a slow process. You're going to need some patience. You have to do 4 of this and 2 across. So that's why I got this tool here, and I think it could be much faster. So I'm going to try it, see what happens. But I think it's going to be faster than the knife. So the gardening scissors, they turned out to be quite good. I think they're more comfortable, not really that much faster, a little bit, but I think I prefer them to the knife. Now I'm going to finish with the cross section with the knife, and then we're going to cut another rectangular section for the second sandal. Okay, so we got now our first segment for the sandals, and just repeat the same process for the second one. Okay, so there you go. Those are the 2 pieces that we cut out from the tire. So in the next series we are going to actually cut these segments in the shape of the pattern and get them drilled ready for the final stage, which is the roping. You may want to wash them a little bit, because usually tires are full of grit, and well, they're ready now to become your sandals.